Hello to all of you. Yeah, it is kind of dark. Full marks for everything. Wow. Hello, I saw that you were actually here earlier for the live. I'm happy that you're back. Thank you for coming to the live session. Today is, oh my god, it's still Tuesday. Hi everyone, welcome to the live. Phineas and Ferb, there's 104 days of summer vacation. School comes along just to end it. Hello, daily English reading. Welcome to everyone. Chinny, can we adjust the TikTok phone because it's not like super centered. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hello everyone. Welcome to the live session. It was kind of fun seeing all of you as well earlier with Yahweh's live session as well. Yeah, it went back to the side. Uh-huh. Hello, Mochi. Minju's Mochi. Hello to you. Welcome back. I saw that you were also live. I saw that you were around during the live session with Yahweh. I was the one moderating, by the way. Yes, welcome to all of you. Today is another day. If earlier we did a live session on a P5 end of year paper, today I am doing a live session for a P6 paper. Are you all ready for it? No wonder. Yes! So yes, we shall move on our paper today, but of course, I never stop my announcements. Yes, March holidays is coming up. That's it's already March for people. A few more days, I think 2 more weeks, and then March holidays is here. And so if you're interested to do lessons with us for the holidays, please feel free to join. We have composition writing for primary 1 and 2. We have oral for P3 and 4 and P5 and 6. And do remember that our oral is also adapting the new format that is going to be tested for PSLE 2025. Yes. Epic comeback 5,000. Yes. So everyone, happy to see all of you today interested with our live March holiday programs. Please give us a call or WhatsApp us at 84049281. The number is actually here in the sticker. You see, right? Yes. Okay, so today we're doing a Nan Hua paper from 2019. Okay, let's see. Of course, let's start easy, ladies and gentlemen. Background music doesn't work for me. I hear it very loudly. Oh, Violin B. Is Violin B here? Hello, Violin B. Welcome back. Violin. Okay, Violin B, you're up for more questions, is it? I am very impressed with your stamina to answer the questions. And you have performed very well from Yahweh's live earlier. Okay, number 1. The pupils cheered as they watched Joseph blank pass the other So sorry, this is like a typo. The other competitor. Like this, not competitor. Okay, what do you think is the answer? Moon X. Hello, Moon X. You're both saying Mariah Carey. Oh, that's a whistle. Mariah, hello, welcome back to you. I thought you were gonna revise for your science and math for tomorrow's WA.
Oh my god.
Okay. Yes, no black today. Today I'm wearing white. So it's either black and white. There's not a lot of colors in my wardrobe. Yes, Mariah. Okay, so you all saying number 1 as they watched Joseph blank. Okay. Okay, Mariah, what is this rule that we are talking about in this number? The clue is because if you were present in Yahweh's live, there was also one grammar question that was talking about this. Hello, Clarissa. Welcome to you. How are you? So there is watched, there's Joseph, and the next one is another verb. So we call this the what rule? The V what? If you recall. People, what is the rule? Base form. Very good, Moon. Ding. Oh, I don't have my... It's okay. It's so weird. Do we have the bell? So, ding, ding, ding. I will ding, ding, ding you. Verb, noun, verb. The second verb, you always have 2 options, ladies and gentlemen. It's in base form, or there are cases when it's actually in its ing form. For this case, there's no swimming in the options. Sorry. I was looking for my bell. Apparently the bell was just in front of me. That's the problem when you look with your mouth and not with your eyes. Okay. For this case, there's no option for swimming, so you are basically going for the base form, which is swim. Good job. Well done. Now, H, I will not be accepting swam here. It has to be base form for this question because of the pattern, the verb, noun, verb. The second verb can either be in base form or in its present participle, which is ing. All right, now let's move on to number 2. Julian is a shy boy. He is not used to blank before a large audience. Okay, he is shy. So he is not used to what? There is a specific form of the word that we're looking for after used to. So Iron Man, well, we're honored to have Iron Man's presence in our life. Iron Man says a number 3. Moonlight says 1. There's also 1. There's also 3. See you tomorrow, Clarissa. Okay, so we have a mixture of 1 and 3. Now I know, okay, I know the cause of the confusion here. Now, for the phrase "you're used to what," you always follow it with a gerund form of the verb. Basically, the ing, the verb being used as a noun. You need a noun after this, which is a gerund. So I'm not used to seeing. For example, I'm not used to seeing people wearing something like this, like that. Or I'm not used to dancing in public, like that. So you always follow it with a gerund, which for this case is number 3. So good job to those of you who got number 3. Now, some of you may have thought that, okay, it's to speak. Because normally when you say to, you follow it with a base form, correct? Now, for this case, we are looking at the phrase used to, not just the word to. Okay? That's why the answer is he is not used to speaking before a large audience. Sure, I'm going to study science and math in 2 minutes, then come back. Okay, Mariah Carey, as long as you're studying, no problem. All right, number 3, ladies and gentlemen, ready? Now, the prefect told Mrs. Lee that she blanked off the lights before she left the classroom. A very, very commonly tested tense question. It's number 3. Give it a try before I discuss with you what the right answer is. Give it a try. Moon Access number 2 had switched. Anyone else? Thean, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Thean or Thean, or like that. Used, okay? The used. Pistachio Boo, hello, welcome to you. We are in number 3. Are you in number 2? Okay. I know. You're number 3, Pistachio Boo. I know what you mean. Oh, no. I don't know what you mean. Okay, you think it's number 2, is it? Do you have an explanation, everyone, why you're all choosing had switched? Or is it like, sure, I'm just trying to guess. Just now I did a similar question. Very good, Violin B. Now, do you have an explanation, people, why you're giving me number 2 as your answer? Is there something, what's the clue that you find in the question that you think made you so sure, like, I know, it's number 2, it's not number 4. Told. Prefect told me that before she left. I see. Very good. Your clue here is actually left. Okay? Now, left. I tell you why, and I tell you why this is a commonly tested tense question, so be very mindful of it. There's 2 past actions here. One happened after the other. Okay? And because there's a word before, we know that the switching happened first, correct? And then the leaving of the classroom happened next. Okay, so there's 2 past action. Action 1 happened, and then action 2 happened immediately after. This one is past perfect tense. Okay, therefore the past perfect tense, as you already know, had plus the past participle form, which is number what? Which is number 2, had switched. Very good. Mm-hmm. But now another church got say what? That it's not direct speech, I think. What direct speech are you talking about, people? Why are we in direct speech here? Just now another church got say. It wouldn't be I switched off the lights. I switched off the lights before I leave. So why are we okay, I'm trying to understand why are you all um converting this to direct speech. Are you talking about the S&T question just now, people? Mm-hmm. Ah, I see, because okay, I know what you mean here. Okay, let's convert this into direct speech, okay? The prefect told Mrs. Lee that if we turn this into direct speech, it would then be I I switched off the lights before I switched off the lights. Do you say before though? If I say it, I switched off the lights before that she had switched off the lights before she left the classroom. Before leaving, is it? No. Before she leaves. No. In direct speech, it would be uh before. Hold on. Let me check something. This is not synthesis. I know, but I understand I understand why you're wondering, because you're seeing it as a reported speech, and now you're thinking about it, which is not a bad thing to do, because all of this at the end of the day are actually connected. The concepts are connected, which would sound very weird. Correct. Before I leave, before I switched off the lights before I I left. And then if you turn it into direct speech, the prefect told Mrs. Lee that she had switched off the lights before she left the classroom. Ah! I switched off the lights before I left the classroom. Okay, then she had switched off the lights before she left the classroom. I think for yeah, you are correct. It has to be before I left the classroom. I left the classroom. But in here's my take, everyone. This is very interesting. Here's my take. In the direct to reported speech case, this may have fallen into one of the exceptions for the tense rule, because we are all only confused with the tense rule. So I am going to take note of this. I switched off the lights before teaching out of the classroom. So hold on, because remember the rule that I always tell you when it comes to direct speech to report is the one tense backward. It's not a hard and fast rule. It's not the rule for everything. There are exceptions to that rule. One thing I know is that if the direct speech, for example, is a universal truth, you don't change the tense. But there were 2 or 3 more in that exceptions. Let me try to remember those. I'll get back to you on this one, huh? Because I am actually very much interested with your question. You are correct. However, these are 2 different things. Number 3, the answer is still number 2. That doesn't change. This is correct. Number 2 is the correct answer. Our only problem at the moment is that how would we have turned this into, if this is the direct speech, how come it is like this in reported speech, okay? Which I will then explain to you when I'm back tomorrow for the live. Let me have a look at this, okay? Now, good discussion, everyone. Number 4, let's move on. Blank, you abide by the rules of the game, you will be disqualified. Okay, this one is easy. So we kind of like we have like a condition here. Let me take note of that. I need to, number 2. Or number 3, it's number 3. Okay, everyone. Unless you all answer number 3, very good. That was a straightforward one. Unless is of course, normally it's for negative conditions. When there's a negative condition, then you use unless. Okay. Why can't we use the other options? If is also If can work. It's just that you have to change the structure. You have to say, if you do not abide by the rules, you will be disqualified. So it has to be tweaked a bit, but also conditions. Now, since obviously cannot because it indicates reason, not a condition, even though introduces a contrast. Okay, so the answer is indeed number 3. Well done. Now, sure, may I do an English practice paper during your life? What do you mean, like a different paper while doing this paper, is it? Simultaneously? Okay, while you're answering the question, everyone, number 5. My best friend and I, both animal lovers, visit the zoo frequently. Why did I say the answer? Oh my god, so sorry everyone. I literally just read the entire sentence with the answer in it. I'm very sorry. If you were listening, you would have known that I actually said the answer. Huh? Okay, Irina says number 1, slip of the tongue. Yes. Okay, Iron Man, also correct. Very good. My best friend and it was too loud. It was my best friend and I. That is number 1. Now, this is the usual I versus me kind of question. Now, felt like it was on purpose. I wish could have read it off and repeated the sentence with each other. Yolanda Flamser, that is a very good idea. Sometimes I'm probably just too honest for my own good. Okay, Sherlyn, hi, welcome to you. So yes, I was talking about I versus me because some students on other kinds of sentence structures, they kind of get confused whether to use I or me. So there's 2 ways to go about this. I usually give 2 tips for the students. The first one is to cancel the other subject. The other person, I would say, because they normally pair it with someone else. So in this case, like my best friend, right? You cancel that part. So, and then this part is extra info. So you reread it. I visit the zoo frequently. Then that works, right? There's another technique, which is because sometimes what if they don't actually give another person? Can do again, sure. Can do what? Hello, Labubu Capybara. Welcome. Yes, that is the right sound effect for this moment. Can do again what? Iron Man. So the second tip for this to avoid confusion for me is to actually find the verb. Because if you find the verb, what happens is, find the verb. Normally, if the blank is before the verb, it's I. If the blank is after the verb, it's me. Now, there may be structures where this won't be true, but most of the time this is true. It's because when you use I, you have to remember that you are the doer of the action. You are the one visiting the zoo, right? Therefore, it's I. So who's doing the action? If it's you, then you use I. But if you're not the one doing the action, you're the one receiving the action, then you use me. Because me is an object, I is a subject. Okay? Clear? Give answer again for what number? Iron Man, 5 answer is here. Sorry if it's not very clear. Let me put it here. The answer is number 1. Then number 4, the answer is number 3. Which number are you looking at, Iron Man, huh? Tell me which number are you looking for. Now, so those are the 2 tips. Cancel the other person and see if the I or me still makes sense. If that still doesn't give you the final answer, find the verb. Who's doing the verb? If it's you, then use I. If you're not the one doing the action, then use me. Okay? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Iron Man, we're getting there. So I needed to go through it because I'm still at number 5. So I'll go through 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 with you, okay? Okay. Now we are in number 6, Iron Man. Okay, number 6. You barely touched your food, blank you. This is the classic question tag. Type of question. Now, number 6, type in your answer. At least, Iron Man, when you type your answer, we can perhaps move ahead a bit faster. Did. Barely is negative. Second part is wow. Question 6 to 1000. Wow! Yolanda, if you look at Yolanda's answer, right, she basically gave the entire explanation. I am immensely impressed. I'm not useless. I can be used as a bad example. What? Okay, now everyone. Respectable. Okay, so question tag. Remember the statement. Check if it's positive or negative. And then if it's positive, do negative here. If it's negative, do positive in the question tag. Now for this case, there's a word barely. Barely is a negative word. It makes the statement negative, okay? And then this is an action. When the statement uses action verb, they're all basically just either do or does or did, okay? Because touched is past tense, it's obviously did, okay? But because the word is there is barely makes it negative. So she basically basically if we turn it into positive, we still say did. So the answer is what number? Number 1. You all get it, huh? Yeah, correct. So do keep in mind, I know that when you're facing question tag, like, so for some of you it's very easy, right? Like, oh, the statement has wouldn't, so the question tag is would. The statement is like is, so the question tag is isn't, or like that. However, be careful because there are some adverbs of time that can make it negative or positive. So the words barely, hardly, never, seldom, rarely. When you see these words, it automatically makes the statement negative. So you need a positive form in the question tag. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, good job. We are now moving on to number 7. Okay, a number of students blank going on the exchange program to Taiwan next month. Your only clue here is that when it says a number of, what does it mean? Is it singular or plural? So you're being tested on 2 things here, subject verb agreement and tense as well. So be careful, read all the way to the end. Now, collective noun. No, this is not a collective noun, violin B. That's one clue for you. I have number 1 and I have number 2, I see. Is, okay, I see. Now, listen carefully, everyone, because this one is important. This one is important. First things first, when you see a number of, this basically means several. So, in essence, it is and will always be plural. Okay? Do not get confused with the number of. Okay? The number of is always singular. Can we say, because when you say the number of students, you're talking about the entire number, one whole unit, okay? But when you say a number of, you basically say several, a few of them, a lot of them, okay? And it's a number of is always plural, okay? So now we know it's plural, and the second thing is that it says next month. This one makes it present because it's not past, okay? So basically we are left with number 2, a number of students are going on the exchange program to Taiwan. Clear? Hello, Alyssa, you're here, is it? I got A1 for informal. Very happy, very happy, very happy for you. Very happy for you. So you wrote informal email for WA1. Alyssa, I'm actually very interested on how the how was it? Informal email, what was it about? Can you, if you recall anything about your, if you recall anything about the question, right? Share it with us, so at least the people in the live at least can get an idea, because everyone, Alyssa is currently Sec 1, and she's been joining a live since last year actually. She's one of the earliest viewers that we've had. And she just aced her situational writing in secondary 1, which is not that easy for a lot of students transitioning from primary to secondary. Very proud of you. I lost points mostly on language. Okay, I would accept that. That is very normal. What I wouldn't accept is if you didn't manage to do your task fulfillment. I see. Congrats. That's actually, oh, very good, Alyssa. Proud of you, proud of you. Sure, I'm so stressed. Why are you stressed, Mariah Carey? What makes you so stressed, madam, huh? Mm-hmm. Now, task fulfillment, I got 9 out of 10. Wow! Okay. That means, Alyssa, you have to be very consistent. Make sure that you manage to do your task fulfillment all the time. I'm quite interested though. Your informal email, what was the stimulus given to you? Were you given choices? I'm very interested. What type of email did you write? Was it like, oh, you have these three choices. Which one would you choose? Like that. I'm interested. What was the stimulus about? Type it in. Share it with us. Okay, number 8, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Pete blank fallen into the canal if his friend had not held him back. Conditional. This is your poor Pete. And he had not, so it's nice. So this is a conditional. Look at the if statement there, and tell me what is the conditional type here that is being used in this question, please. It's been 84 years of what, Mariah? Okay, Irina says 3. Mariah says 3 also. Mariah says 3. Violin B 3. All of you says would have. You all, and Nuha Y5 says 3. Now type 3 conditional. Wow, Yolanda. Do you all agree with Yolanda's answer that this is type 3 conditional? You look at the if statement. So the if statement is here. It says had not held him back. You have the word had. Okay. So remember, I wrote about the museum enjoyable being can do stuff enriching because can learn history, etc. I see. And then the stimulus I would say is about the museum and all the things you can do in the museum, is it? You can call me Nuha. Okay, Nuha, thank you for correcting me and for shortening it for me so it's easier for me to pronounce it. Now, this is indeed conditional type 3. I'm just going to say this quickly so that you don't forget. There are 3 types of conditional. The first one is the one where you talk about things that are likely to happen. If I can, I will. Right? So that means to say, hello, Orkalai! Pikachu! Welcome, Orkalai. I'm happy to see you again. I haven't seen you in the past few live sessions. Yeah, so conditional type 1, if I can, I will. Things that are likely to happen. So like, if I can, present tense, then go future tense. And then if I could, I would. And the third one is if I had studied, I would have passed. Remorse, because you already passed. It already happened. There's nothing you can do anymore. It's just regret. Let me just say this is already number 3. Good job. Yes. I've been busy at work at the hospital. We thank you for your service to the humankind, Orkalai. Proud of you. It's not an easy job. And so we honor you and your presence. Now, teacher Mitsuko, what is a function of a stem? Are you studying science, Mariah Carey? I'm not the right person to ask that question. Oh my God, very proud of you, Violin B. Transport food and water. Yes, right from the roots all the way to the different parts of the plants. Proud of you, Violin B. Yes, I'm a doctor. You're talking to Violin B. Now, let's move on to saving lives every day, Violin B. You know what I'm saying? Now, sure, I'm playing games because of my wow. Hold on. Did you get a good result? That's why you're playing games. Is kind of like a way to reward yourself, or what? Sure, then you're like, sure, I'm not happy with my results, so I'm playing games. like whatever. You have to tell me. Okay, so Nuha says number 2. We are number 9 now, people. Ozel, welcome. I'm not good blank dancing. Okay, so what do you think? Okay, Ozel says at. Nuha says at as well. Anyone else who wants to give an answer? Both Nuha and Ozel says at. What you think, peoples? Okay. I'm off my shift now. Very interesting. It's true, right? Because you always come at this around this time. So it's amazing because you still have the energy to actually do the live session. Okay. Orkalai, I'm P5. So cute, you, Violin B. Okay, Irina says also number 2. Very good, everyone. Now, when you want to talk about skills or ability, you say you are good at, like, you know, whatever that is that you're good at, okay? You're good at dancing, you're good at, you know, eating way too many food in one go. Like that. Now, Irina, you're P6. This is a good live session for you to practice on. I like this live after work. We are happy to give you some breathing time after your work. Yeah. Now, I'm not good at dancing. Wow, this line applies to me. Okay, so yeah, good at something means, okay, good at means you talk about skills or abilities. Okay. Now, I'm a neurologist doctor. Oh my God, he's a neurologist. Must have taken so long to become a neurologist now. And the things that you have to study when you study is it, you study like neurobiology? Oh my God, that's so cool, man. Yeah. Now, good in, you can actually also say good in. For example, I say, Yolanda Flouncer, teacher, you need to prove it. You don't want to see it. If you see me dancing, you would stop joining the live. Okay, now, although our family, okay, I'm still at number 9. You can actually also say good in. What you can say is, for example, she is good in math, or she's good at, but she's good at math is still more common, but some people can still choose to go she's good in math, which is still acceptable. In most specifically can be used for places or subjects. Now, good for benefit or suitability, good for, it's good for your health. Okay, good for. You talk about benefits or suitability. Suitability. And finally, good with. You basically refer to someone being able to handle something very well. She's good with children, like that, or she's good with numbers. Sherlyn is good with numbers. I can basically say that. Because Sherlyn no longer hates math. Yeah, so that is a number 2, everyone. Good job. Yes. Orca, you now have so many live viewers. You're very interested in what you do. Okay, last number, everyone. Let's move on to number 10, and let's go. Last number. See how it's good that you're all studying now, so eventually you also become like Dr. Orklai. Okay, number 10. Although our family car is old, we have blank problems with it. Very, very classic quantifiers. Quantify a question, what do you think is the answer? You should do a live when you're treating patient. Sure. What kind of suggestion is that? Is that even possible? No, that's kind of interesting. But of course not. That involves privacy, you know, Violin B. Okay, Irina says number 2. Izzy Daisy, welcome Izzy Daisy, number 2. Okay, Orca Lai, remember you're still in the live, so I don't care if you're a neurologist, you have to answer the questions. Okay, number 2. Okay, L13 for total, I haven't added CL. Oh, you're sad, is it, Sherlyn? That's why you're playing. Okay. Nuha says number 2. Good job, everyone. Okay, so problems here. Okay, let's talk about problems, because when you're doing quantifiers, you're basically, what do you call this? You have 2 techniques to do it. So number 1 is check the modified noun, as in, is it countable or uncountable? Problems, oh, I can count my problems, so yes, this is countable for sure. Now, number 2 is check the context. Do you need, according to the sentence's context, do you need a lot of problems or do you need very few problems? Of course, we don't need problems. But in this sentence, although our family car is old, we have blank problems with it. basically, it says although, so you're looking for a low amount of problems, okay, low amount. So in this case, we can cancel much and little because little and much are only used for count to uncountable nouns. You're left with few and many, and contextually we need a low amount, so that is number 1. Well done, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, that's number 1. Okay, people, good job. We are done with that. So let's proceed to vocabulary. Okay, here we go. Are you ready to learn new words? Okay, people of the world, number 1, vocab time. You all ready, Irina? All right, now, Vincent is an blank artist. He could create the most amazing sculptures from common and ordinary materials. Let's see. Yolanda says ingenious. Pistachio Boo also agrees to it. Irina also agrees. What does ingenious mean then? Why are you choosing that answer? Mariah and Violin B, if you're still there, drop your answers, and Iron Man as well. Iron Man, you're saying okay, you're reconsidering, you're doing number 3 instead. Gracie Lamb, thank you for liking the live. Okay, so you're all choosing number 3, ingenious. I love that word. Now, Vincent here is an artist. We need to find the right adjective to describe him, and that's why this second sentence is given. Okay, Yolanda, you're considering brilliant, is it? You're thinking brilliant, ingenious means someone is being very brilliant. Okay, so he makes amazing sculptures. I think the most important part here is when the sentence says from common and ordinary materials. So he's able to produce something so amazing using common and ordinary things. And how can you properly describe that person? That person is actually very, I would say, very inventive, because you make something amazing out of ordinary. It's very creative and it's very clever. When you are like that, you are actually indeed ingenious. Correct. That's why I love this word. You are clever, you are creative, and you are also inventive in a sense. Okay? That's why they say, oh, this work is ingenious. Like he has an ingenious mind, for example. Okay, so moving on to abstract. Can we say that he's an abstract artist? When you call someone an abstract artist, this is the style. This is the style of the art that they do. So that's not the word that we are looking for. Normally, abstract work does not depict realistic things. Okay, that's why it's called abstract. It does not show realistic things. Okay, eccentric, on the other hand, is very strange, I would say. Strange. The word is strange in a sense. Okay, and intellectual, if you call someone an intellectual, they're more towards deep thinking and intelligence. So, but you had been given a clue. You have been given a clue about the person being able to do something out of ordinary things. So the answer is indeed number 3, ingenious artist. Okay, and that is why I always tell you, when you are reading the questions and they give you a second sentence, even if the blank is not there, you have to read that sentence because it may bear a very important clue for you to find out the correct answer. Most especially for vocab, because context is very important. Okay, now moving on to number 12, ladies and gentlemen. Sure, I will go and come back in 1 minute to study science. Yes, please, as long as you're studying, that's important. Number 12, do not throw rocks at the dog and blanket. I am sure it will not hurt you if you leave it alone. Okay, what do you think? Antagonize for Yolanda. Irina, you have an answer here. Okay, Iron Man is 4. Irina is 3. I'm studying, but the first 3 letters are silent. Oh, pistachio. You see how the sound sound effect that Rin gave you is pistachio brew, I'm telling you. Don't say that. You're surviving. Now, we have a combination of number 4 and number 2 as answers. So let's go through it very quickly. Now, the context here is that we don't want to we don't want to provoke the dog, okay? It's like the person is saying, don't throw the rocks because you provoke the dog, okay? It's if you don't do anything wrong to it, it's also not gonna get angry, okay? Now, let's see what these words mean. And then after going through the meaning, let me know if you want to stick to your answer or you want to reconsider. Subduing, so let's subdue it. If you subdue something, you overpower it, or you bring it under control. Under control. Now, there is no need to subdue the dog. Because at the moment of, at the time of speaking, the dog probably doesn't need to be controlled. Okay, the person is just giving kind of like a warning. Now, appease, if you want to try to appease someone or something, someone you need to calm it. You need to calm or pacify. It will be, my explanation here will be the same case as number 1. Okay? Yes, correct, Yolanda. Now, to persecute, oh my God. This is a sad word. You cannot persecute anyone. If you persecute someone, you harass or you mistreat it. Harass or mistreat. Someone over a long period over a long period. Persecute. Now, do not throw the rocks at the dog and persecute it. Okay, I'm sure. Now, it would have worked. Persecute would have worked, but it cannot because of the second sentence that says, I am sure it will not hurt you if you leave it alone. So it's basically that the person talking is talking about you're not going to intensify the dog's emotions or feelings as long as you don't actually try to hurt it. Okay? So the best word is actually number 4, antagonize. Because if you antagonize the dog, that basically you provoke it. Provoke or make someone angry or hostile. Okay? So people, the answer is number 4. Antagonize. Thank you for liking the live, Iron Man. Now, number 13, let's go. She remained positive in the face of blank and overcame the problem with sheer determination. Okay, number 1 is danger, number 2 is hardship. Oh, some of them are actually very close to each other when it comes to these vocab terms. Adversity, temptation. What do you think, people? What do you think? Here's the answer. Irina says number 2. Ooh, Yolanda says number 3. You might be wondering, sure, isn't hardship the same as adversity? I don't know. Okay, drop in your answer first. Let's discuss and see what the right answer is. Can I take down notes for school? Yes, of course, Nuha, no problem. Iron Man also says number 3. Okay, got your answers. Let's break it down, people of the world. Firstly, we say, let's talk about danger. She remained positive in the face of danger and overcame the problem with sheer determination. Now, we cannot use danger because there is basically no threat here. But when you talk about danger, you talk about threat to safety. I mean, the problem could be about safety, but if they wanted to use danger here, they would have specified a clue to talk about the problem being about safety. But there's no mention of it, so it's not number 1. Number 2, hardship. Okay. Now, we all are familiar with this word because life can be hard sometimes. Okay. So it means a struggle, right? Now, sure, if it's a struggle, then can we say in the face of hardship? Hold on. I'll get there. Let's talk about the next word first. Adversity. Adversity means difficulties. Difficulties or misfortune. Okay. And then temptation. Okay, temptation is kind of obvious. Urge to do something wrong. Okay. Urge to do something wrong or maybe something unwise. Okay. Now, Church, the closest one here I would say would be hardship or adversity. Now, in this case, they're very close to each other, but the more common phrase is in the face of adversity, which is number 3. At the end of the day, it also goes down to how good you are with collocations. Like, what is a more commonly used phrase or term for this instance as opposed to these other words? Okay? So it is number 3, ladies and gentlemen. Let's move on to number 14. Let's go. After receiving the complaint about the poor hygiene in the kitchen, the restaurant manager immediately blanked the matter. You have phrasal verbs here. People. Looked up, looked for, looked out, and looked into all have different meanings. Am I late? You're not that late, Mariah. You are late, but it's okay. No worries. I accept you. Irina says the number 4, looked into, investigated. I see, and I like that Yolanda also gave the meaning of the phrase or the phrasal verb. Anyone else who wants to drop the answer? You still there? Vitamin B no longer here, huh? Pistachio already answered. Nuha, you haven't answered, Nuha. Okay, now 5 more seconds. Let's discuss these phrasal verbs. Thousands of phrasal verbs. By the way, we may be giving out a product on phrasal verbs soon. So wait for it. We will be announcing it soon. Okay, Nuha says number 2. Now let's go through the phrasal verbs. If you look up something, you basically search for information. Search for info. Like, oh, okay, I don't know the word. Maybe I'm gonna look it up in the dictionary. Like that. Search for info. Okay. Looked for. I guess this one is commonly used by all of you. I'm gonna look for my brother. I lost him. Search for something missing. For something missing. So it's pretty. This is how vocabulary works, ladies and gentlemen. So you're searching, right? You see looked up and looked for are both searching, but searching for specific things. If it's something missing, you say looked for. If it's for info, you say looked up. That's why I'm telling you, you have to be very precise with your choice of words when you write a composition, or when you answer comprehension close, or when you answer MCQ questions like this for vocab. Okay, that's why strengthening your vocabulary is very important. Alyssa, welcome back. Looked out is to be careful or watchful. Okay, be careful or watchful. Okay, and finally, when you look into something, you actually investigate or examine. Okay, which was actually already shared by Yolanda. So ladies and gentlemen, in this case, contextually, if you look at the question, receiving a complaint about the poor hygiene, so the restaurant manager immediately blanked, so must investigate the matter, right? The answer is number 4. Good job. Well done, Gracie Lamb 84. All right, last vocab question, people. Fred has been struggling to clear his debts for years and feels hopeless about it. He cannot blank. What do you think is the answer? Put the brakes on it, set the wheels in motion, see the light at the end of the tunnel. You have idiomatic expressions here. Give it a try, people. Drop in your answers. Which idiom do you think fits well to, very hot now. Fits well to the question. Okay, let's go. Is Mariah Carey still here? She left already, huh? Tinkerbell just joined the live. Welcome, Tinkerbell. Irina, give it a try. Any of these idioms familiar to you? Iron Man, okay, you try, okay, yeah, and anyway, if you're unsure, just drop in your answer. It's not a problem, no worries. Noah also says 3. Okay. Now, let's see. So, in the first sentence, Fred obviously has a problem, okay? He cannot blank. Okay, let's see what these lines mean, okay? I don't know any of them. Okay, very good, Iron Man. Today is a day you're learning 4 new idiomatic expressions. Now, I'm gonna put the brake on it, or put the brake on something. You like how the brakes work in a car. Stop or slow it, slow something down. Slow something down. Okay. Now set the wheels in motion. Okay, we've already set the wheels in motion for this project. Like that. Say that. So that basically means you already started it. Start something. Okay. See the lights at the end of the tunnel. Okay. So imagine yourself in a tunnel, a very dark tunnel, right? Walking. You don't know when the tunnel ends, but you start becoming happy when you see that there's a light at the end. That makes you happy because despite the difficulty you're in, you still see that at the end of it all, it's still going to be positive. So when you see the light at the end of the tunnel, that means to say you actually see signs of improvement. Signs of improvement or possible solution. Possible solution after a long period. See the light. Let's say, for example, let's give you a very basic example. Okay, let's say you've been struggling with one subject for the longest time. And for the longest time, you've also been putting in the effort to revise that subject. And then perhaps closer to the end of the year, you were facing the examination, but somehow you notice that your grades are starting to improve. Maybe you can say, oh my God, sure, I can see that light at the end of the tunnel already. Like that. Now, sure, I gotta study English, math. Yes, Mariah, please take your time to study, but at the same time, please remember to give yourself enough time to rest and to sleep and to eat proper, because nutrition and sleep and rest are all equally important when you are revising for examinations, so that you're mentally and physically ready to do them. Okay, and then cross the bridge when he comes to it. You know, when someone tells you cross the bridge when you get there, basically means deal with it when it happens. Right, okay. Deal with a problem when it happens. Okay? So like you don't wanna stress out on it. So like, oh, what if this happens? Like, it's okay, cross the bridge when you get there. Like, deal with it when it's already there. If it's not still there, then don't think about it. Like that. Now in this case, Fred is struggling, he cannot. So the situation is bleak, okay? He cannot see the end of the tunnel, everyone. I'm not gonna ring the bell because it's very sad. So the answer is number 3. Yay! Very good, Yolanda. That is the meaning of that phrase, correct? Okay, so the answer is number 3 because he's been struggling with his problem for years. And you see, your clue here is for years. That means to say it's been a long-standing problem and he still feels hopeless about it. So that means to say he cannot still see the end of the tunnel. He's been there and he's been going through this problem for the longest time, and still he doesn't see improvements. He doesn't see solutions, so he cannot see the end of the tunnel. Remember, there's a word cannot here. But of course, if you cancel cannot, that would mean to say someone is being so positive about something. Okay? All right. Are we clear with this idiomatic expressions? Hopefully you can use this in your own conversations now, or even in your compositions. All right, everyone, let's move on. Which section are we going for next? Do you want to do comprehension close? I want to do comprehension close. Or maybe S&T, ladies and gentlemen, give it a try. Editing also. Try to choose which one you want, people. And then let's go for that. Okay, let's do CC. Anyone else wants to give it a vote? Which section you want, or you not mind? I don't mind anything, sure. I'm very smart, sure. Arena. Okay, yes. Okay, let's go first. Compre close then, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Now. This is a very interesting passage. Okay, let's go, people. Compre close. Everyone. Come on, boy. Uncle Chan gave a low whistle. The gray husky still blinked its eyes, glued to the television screen, and ignored its owner. So Uncle Chan is the owner. Uncle Chan called the dog. Come on, boy. But the dog still blinked its eyes, glued to the television. What do you think is the word? Kept. Anyone else wants to give another word? Sure about that? I will accept kept. There is, however, another word. Yes, Yolanda. I will take the word had as well. Had its eyes glued to the television screen and ignored the owner. Moving on. On the screen, a Disney cartoon, so cute, was playing. It was the Country Bear Jamboree, which blanked 3 grizzly bears playing in a band. That's probably why the dog is so entertained. Okay, which blanked 3 grizzly bears playing in a band. What do you think is the word? Which featured... Okay, give it a few more answers. Anyone else who wants to give it a try? Featured. Okay. Depicted. Wow. I will accept featured. It has to be in past tense. But I will also accept showed. Okay. Now, Western music blared from the speakers as the endearing bears belted blank a chorus. We need the right preposition to pair belted with. What do you think? When you want someone, I'm singing so much, right? And then very high, like that. Like Mariah Carey. When Mariah Carey sings very high notes, she belt what? Belt. Very good. You belt out, okay? Belted out the chorus, okay? Where's Mariah when we need her? I know, right? This wouldn't be the time that she'll go and say, I know the answer to this question. Yeah. Okay, let's go chopping. Uncle Chan tried again. The husky's ears were pricked, but it blank fixated on the screen. Oh my goodness. So, Uncle Chan called again, but seems like the dog is not listening, but it blank fixated on the screen. Remained, I see. Okay. Drop in your answer. Stayed, remained. Okay. JS10105, welcome to you. Yes, I will accept remained. I will accept stayed. Yes, good job. Now, chopping. The middle-aged man dragged it out its pet's name in a warning. The man is starting to lose it. In a warning blank. So now the toner, at first he's like, Choppin, come here, come on boy. And then dog didn't listen. Boy, come here. And then now he's probably starting to lose it. So Choppin, like that. So that, how do you say that? The middle-aged man dragged out his pet's name in a warning warn. Choppin, like that. In a warning tone, I see. Anyone else? Gracie Lamb, tone. Yes, correct. It's actually in a warning tone. Okay. Now, there was no response from the husky whatsoever. This was it. Uncle Chan tugged harshly at the leash as he attempted to haul his dog away from the screen at the window display of an electrical store. Poor dog. Now, Uncle Chan is now actually tugging harshly to get the dog out of his concentration watching the show. Blank, the husky stood its ground. Wow. Okay. So, owner is pulling him. Blank husky stood its ground, refusing to give up. But, however, I see. Okay. Now, good thing. I will accept here, however. There's also another one that starts with letter N. Can you tell me? Now, Irina, however, and but functions the same way in a sense that they both put together contrasting ideas. However, okay, when that contrasting ideas are in two different sentences, you use however to connect them. But you use it when the contrasting ideas are in the same sentence. Okay? Okay. Nevertheless. Okay. Nevertheless. Okay. Now, the husky stood its ground, refusing to give up the entertainment provided on the screen. Uncle Chan was blank persistent, barking out orders while pulling at the leash with both hands. Wow. So, while the dog stood its ground, Uncle Chan was blank persistent. He kept tugging at the dog, now with both hands. Okay? Uncle Chan was what? I see. Uncle Chan was equally persistent. I will accept that. But there's another word that I'm going to accept as well. Still, I will not accept. There is a word that starts with A that I will accept. What do you think? Can put but for 56. Iron Man. So I just explained it just now to Irina. But cannot, because you're combining two contrasting ideas here in two different sentences. When the contrasting ideas are in two sentences, you use however. The but, you use it when the contrasting ideas are in the same sentence. Okay? Okay. Now, JS10 also is correct. Well done. Now, they were starting to create a blank in a busy shopping street. They're creating a what? Oh, okay. I see. Now, first things first, I will accept the word creating a scene. Now, commotion as well. Ruckus also. Now, passers-by glanced in amusement at the tug of war. It has become a tug of war. A tug of war occurring blank the man and his dog. This is the classic BFF type of question. If you pay attention to the clues in the passage, the word and, it's a partner with a word, it partners with a word and. What do you think is the word? Between. Remember? Very good. Good job. These words partner together. Then the unexpected happened. What is it? Ooh. Okay, that's probably not how it sounds, but sorry. Ooh. Closer. Chopin howled. It's a dog, okay? It's a dog. Chopin howled, its nose pointing blank, thereby lengthening its throat. So where would his nose be pointing to make him look like he's trying to lengthen his throat? It should be pointing up. Pointing up. Very good. Oh, look, Mommy! The doggy is singing! A little girl exclaimed excitedly. So now the people around started thinking the dog is actually singing. The howls rose above the cacophony of street sounds. People stopped and stared like, oh my God, what is the dog doing? Blank of the attention it was gathering, the dog continued to croon with wild abandon. So the dog, okay, the dog doesn't know. The dog doesn't notice. What's the word for that? That's why the dog just kept howling and singing and singing. The dog does not notice it.
Emotional damage.
Oblivious is close enough, Yolanda, but it would be wrong, grammatically wrong, because oblivious to. We have to say oblivious to, right? So there's another synonym for oblivious that you can use here. Despite is grammatically wrong as well. You cannot say despite of the attention. No, actually it's grammatically correct. However, it's not the correct answer here, even if it's grammatically correct, because contextually it's wrong. Unaware. Very good. Unaware of the attention it was gathering, the dog continued to croon with wild abandon. Opportunists whipped out their mobile phones, of course. Anything that happens in front of them, people always take a video or picture of it. Snapping pictures of the singing dog. It was indeed a rare blank to behold. A rare what to behold? They see it, they're taking a picture of it. It's a rare. A rare sight, everyone. It has to be sight to behold. Collocation. Now, number 63, we're almost done. Let's go. Blank the adoration of the crowd, Uncle Chan decided to let his pet enjoy the moment. He stopped fighting people because he started noticing the crowd is getting entertained by the dog. Okay? So what do you think? Blank the adoration of the crowd, Uncle Chan decided to let his pet enjoy the moment. I'll give you the first letter, ladies and gentlemen. Starts with S or N. Noticing! Very good. Noticing the adoration of the crowd. There's one more that starts with letter S. That's a bit more straightforward in a way, but also very close to noticing. Irina, very good. Seeing. Now, Chopin loved to sing, that much he knew. In fact, the husky's blank spot at home was a cozy armchair placed in front of the television. Placed in front of the television. Spot. Favorite spot. Own spot. What you think? Doll on apples. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Okay. Favorite spot. It has to be favorite. Favorite spot. Because he already knew, that the owner, being the owner, he knew that the dog, and then in fact, so you're basically trying to prove the previous point that you have from that sentence. Okay. Occasionally, it would burst into song, howling with gusto, snatches of the tunes heard over the Google box. Okay? Uncle Chan rubbed the back of his head in a mixture of embarrassment and pride. Hello, Ozil. Welcome back to you. Okay. Now, would Chopin appear on social blank the next day? It was anyone's guess. Social what? Oh, this one, you're all in it, huh? You are all in it. Social media. Good job. Social media, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. So, okay, it's 6:53. I'd end the live here. Whatever section I haven't gone through S&T and editing. I will go through that tomorrow in my live session. But nonetheless, everyone, I will be entertaining one last question, I would say, before we go. And I know that I owe you one thing. I owe you that question one, the third question, and the grammar question. I'll look it up. Wow, we use our phrasal verb. It's just entertaining to entertain myself sometimes. I'll look it up, discuss it with you tomorrow to talk about what's the direct speech for that sentence. Tomorrow got live, yes, also. Tomorrow my live is 5:30, but we do have earlier live session at, let me see, we have one at 12 to 1:30. So if you have extra time in your lunchtime, join our PSLE composition reading fest vocabulary section, vocab with Valerie. And then another one in the afternoon at 4 o'clock with Yahweh again, going through a P5 paper. Okay, so there's 12 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and 5:30. I go out of school at 1:30. That means, Arena, you can join the 4 o'clock and the 5:30 one. Yeah, that would be helpful for you. Okay, anyone else have questions? Once again, March holiday program, we do have some lessons prepared for primary 1 all the way to primary 6 students. If you want to focus on oral, we have 1 full week of oral lessons for holidays. And then we also have paper 2, a combination of crucial paper 2 components. So day 1, you do oral. Day 2, you focus on comprehension, close. Day 3, you focus on grammar. Day 4, you focus on synthesis and transformation. Then another day, you focus on comprehension, open-ended. Okay? And finally, P3 and 4, power oral. We have adapted the new format for PSLE, so you can practice as well with a new format. I just realized the audio on the stream is much clearer. Thank you, Yolanda. We didn't change anything though. No, we're using the same mic. It must have been perhaps sometimes how close the mic is, I guess. But yeah, I'm happy that the audio is much clearer for you. Makes the experience better as well. So everyone, if there are no more questions, I will see you again tomorrow. Thank you for joining the live. Goodbye.